God will put things on your mind. God will put things in your dreams to make you realize that this is what you're supposed to do, to make you realize that there is something that He needs you to do. He has a calling for you. Hi everyone, my name is Yui and welcome to my channel. This is my first video and I hope you guys enjoy it. Today we're going to be talking about being delusional. Yes, being delusional, one of the most craziest things, which is actually laughed upon these days, if we're being honest. But the thing is, delusional people are the ones who win in life because they genuinely believe that they can do something even though they've never done it before, they've never studied for that test, they've never done it in their life, but they genuinely believe that they can do it. That's what makes them delusional. That's what makes them successful. A lot of people will be over here and they'll be thinking, what is she even talking about? She doesn't know what she's talking about. If there is one thing that I have learned is that being negative gets you absolutely nowhere. But being someone who is delusional and positive, that actually gets you somewhere rather than being negative. Because when you are negative, that actually attracts a negative vibe, a negative energy, and actually negative things start happening to you. Believe it or not, being delusional has got me through doors I have not known existed. Being delusional and genuinely believing that I can do something has gotten me to places that I cannot begin to even tell you guys about. That's how delusional I am. I am delusional to a point where I do not care where I'm from. I do not care what I've done in my past. I do not care the mistakes that I've made. If I truly and definitely believe that I can do something now, I will do it and I will make sure I do it. Being delusional is not something that should be joked about. It's not something that should be treated as a joke, because believe it or not, being delusional and genuinely believing that you can do something gets you absolutely everywhere. I can guarantee you that. For example, I want you to be so delusional to the point where you think that the absolute miracle can happen. And trust me, it will. Because you are delusional enough to actually implement the strategies in your life to actually achieve those goals. Because if you think about it logically, if you want to truly achieve something, if you're delusional enough to actually say, I'm gonna get this done, I can do it, and it will happen for me. If you can actually do something to make it happen, trust and hope and believe that it's going to happen. I am so delusional to the point where my own family tell me that I have too high expectations. I'm so delusional that my own mother has said to me, Yuvi, you expect too much from this guy. Yuvi, you are too delusional. You expect the most miraculous things to happen. But guess what? Those things actually genuinely happen for me. And then I actually went to my mom the other day and I'm like, yeah, you said I'm delusional, but now look where I am. Another thing you guys should really consider is that you should never ever settle for less. Because when you settle for less, trust me, everything goes downhill. You know that there are much better things in store for you. You know that you are a person who can attract so many more good things. You're beautiful, you're amazing, you're talented, you're gifted, but you are living or you're accepting low minimum efforts from a person, a man, a woman, or you're accepting a low sort of job, something in your life, something that's going on, and you're accepting to be treated like trash. That is not what we do here. That is absolutely not what we do here. Over here, we are delusional and we genuinely believe that we can do something even though we haven't done it. Why? Is because we actually believe in ourselves enough. We believe in ourselves enough so that when you actually achieve that thing, people around you are looking at you and they're like, she actually did this. She actually set out to do something and she actually got it done. This is a person who I can trust. This is a person who I know that when they say that they're delusional, they actually are delusional. They actually achieve what they set out to do. And that's what makes a delusional person successful. A quote which has really changed my life is that you should aim for the moon. And even if you do not make it, you will still be among the stars. Because think about it logically. If you're going to accept a rock for your birthday, you're going to accept a rock for your birthday, you're going to expect that, and you're going to accept that. If you're gonna expect that, then what happens is you're gonna receive something on your birthday, even if it's not a rock, even if it's a pebble, you're gonna be happy, you're gonna be satisfied. Why? It's because you expected it to be bad. You expected it to be this useless piece of rock, stone that you're not going to use in your life. But on the other hand, if you expected something big, something amazing, for example, the biggest bouquet of flowers you've ever seen, the biggest house you've ever seen, the biggest anything that you've ever seen, if you genuinely expect that to happen, trust and believe, even if you don't get those things, you will get something average, but you will not be getting that rock. Trust me when I say this. Because being delusional includes the fact that you expect good things to happen. No matter where you're going, no matter what you're doing, if it's a random Sunday morning, if it's a random Thursday evening, if you genuinely expect something to happen, something good to happen, it is going to happen. This is the law of manifestation. This is also the power of God in your life. This is how immense and how massive it can actually be, and how things can actually work out in your favor, even if you've never expected it to happen. Another thing I would like you guys to know is that you have to start something that you start thinking about. God will put things on your mind. God will put things in your dreams to make you realize that this is what you're supposed to do, to make you realize that there is something that He needs you to do. He has a calling for you. He knows that you can be successful in it. And you need to realize that when you think about something, if you think about starting a business, if you think about starting a YouTube channel, if you think about starting absolutely anything, I am telling you, if you're delusional enough, that channel can succeed. That person that you wanted in your life, that person can be of great help to you. That business can succeed. Why? Because you are so delusional. You believe that something can happen even though it's never happened before. Even though no one in your bloodline has ever received it, has ever actually done it before. If you genuinely believe something can happen, and if you work towards it, it will happen. Trust me, it will happen. Do not care about what other people think of you. Hear me out. When I say do not care about what other people think of you, I mean the negative opinions, okay? Do not care. Do not care. In a population of more than 8 billion people, do you really think that what one person says really matters? Do you really think that any successful people out there, do you really think that that successful person actually paid attention to when they would throw negative criticism? Do you really think that they cared what other people said about them? Or do you think that they actually worked towards their goal? They actually stepped out of their comfort zone. They did the things that you are scared to do, and that's why they're successful and you're not. You're not successful because you did not do the things that you were supposed to do in order to achieve success. Those people were delusional enough. They were delusional enough to actually genuinely believe that they can do something. They were able to put in the work, the time, the hours in order to get that thing done, in order to do something to take them somewhere. Being delusional in relationships. Let's talk about it. If you are delusional in a relationship to a point where you expect so much and this person cannot deliver, then it means that you are with the wrong person. Point blank, you are with the wrong person, because it all starts with you. If you accept a small bouquet of flowers, if you accept a big bouquet of flowers, if you accept no flowers at all, that all comes down to you. But do not force the wrong person to act in the right way so that you can get what you want, because you will only be the person who's getting hurt in the process. Because think about it logically, the wrong person will not do the right thing, but the right person will do the right thing. The right person will meet your expectations. Your right person will actually be delusional enough with you to actually give you the things that you truly want and deserve. Take me, for example. I have always expected so much in a relationship. I even got to a point where my mother was telling me, Yuvi, your expectations are too high. There's no one who's going to meet your expectations. There's no one who's ever going to do those things for you. But guess what? I actually get what I want. I'm a person who will get what I want. I always get what I want because I always do what I'm supposed to do in order to get it. I always do everything in a sequence, in a pattern to get exactly what I want. I pray, I fast, I do things that is in the favor of the Lord. Do not accept low, minimal effort from anyone in your life. Be delusional enough to actually know your worth. Know that you are the prize and you do not chase but you attract, sweethearts. You are the prize and you will always be the prize. There is no excuse for anyone treating you like trash. There is no excuse for anyone saying to you that you're ugly or that you should kill yourself or that they're going to tempt you into doing drugs, alcohol, all of these things. Do not accept low minimal efforts from absolute rubbish people. Being delusional is not just a state of mind, but it is physically setting out to do the things that you always dream about, that you're always confident enough to actually want to do something in your life about it. If you want to get that job, you're going to work towards it. You're going to be delusional enough to actually say to yourself every day, I'm going to get that job. If you want to achieve something in that test, you're going to keep telling yourself, I'm going to ace this test. But you're not just going to say it, you're actually going to do something. You're going to practice with those past papers. You're going to study, you're going to use those fancy study skills, techniques in order to actually achieve what you want to do. Because you will absolutely achieve anything that you set your mind to. No matter what it is, if you set your mind to it, if you're delusional enough to actually believe that you can accomplish it, trust me, it will happen. Trust me, it will happen. Set a goal. Start by setting one goal per day, then go up to one goal per week, then go up to one big goal per month. And if you can actually achieve that goal, it's going to give you the confidence to believe that you can do something bigger, something better, and something that's actually going to be worthwhile your time. You start today and you tell yourself, today I'm going to go out and I'm going to film this video. If you can do that today, congratulations. You firstly achieved your goal and you were delusional enough. You actually believed that you could do something. And well done, you actually did it. Next, you actually go out and you say, okay, for this week, I want to create 5 videos, or I want to actually do 5 projects today. Not today, for the whole week, you know. And if you actually get it done, you will actually believe it. You will genuinely believe that you are a disciplined person. Even if you've never been a disciplined person in your entire life, if you actually start doing things, if you change that mentality of yours, trust me, it will happen for you. If I never stepped out of my comfort zone, I would have never gotten the opportunities that I have gotten. I would have never met the people that I have met. I would have never got to the places that I have gone to. I would have never done anything with my life. If I was not delusional, if I had no goals, no dreams, no hopes, nothing like that, then I would be a person sitting at home every day, probably studying, drowning in tears, being lazy, not training, not working out, not being beautiful, absolutely nothing. And what would happen? Absolutely nothing would happen. Do you really expect something big to happen for a person who has never even attempted to try to change their lives? Do you really think that you're going to get that brand deal or you're going to actually get that job if you're not going to go to openings of new stores? If you're not going to pitch to brands? If you're not going to actually contact them, message them, ask them for something? That's a big word, ask them. Because once you ask people for things, you will be surprised how many doors can open. You might get rejection here, there, everywhere, but at least you know that you tried. At least you know you tried, at least you know you did something, because at the end of the day, if you don't try, you will live with the regrets of never doing it in the first place. And that concludes my video on how to be delusional and why you should be delusional. I hope this video helped you as much as it helped me. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and obviously go to my TikTok, go to my Instagram, which will be linked on the screen or in the description box below. So I love you guys, take care of yourselves, and as I always say, act like the person you want to become and you will truly, truly become it. Thank you.